What's up? Time for Plugged On. I'm here with an album review. This time, the new album from the band Accept, entitled The Rise of Chaos. This came out Nuclear Blast Records on August 4th. Accept, they're an old school metal band, man. They've been around since the 80s. They have put out many classic records back then with that lineup. And they kind of had this resurgence over the past 7 years or so. With their new vocalist Mark Tornillo. I love the 3 albums that they have put out previously to this one. Blood of the Nation, Stalingrad, and Blind Rage were fucking fantastic records. And what I like about the new Accept sound is it has a lot more edge and a lot more, ass to it. Than their past stuff. It basically takes kind of an old school mentality, but combines it with a newer sort of sound and even a little bit newer riffs sounding for Accept and everything, and put it together in a fucking fantastic way. And these past 3 albums have been spot on. So I was very much looking forward to The Rise of Chaos, and I'll be honest with you, I find this album to be incredibly disappointing. It's not because it's a terrible album. It's got its moments for sure, but this is definitely just the weakest songwriting that they've had, since they've kind of come back with this new lineup and everything. And even when this album peaks, I think with tracks like Die by the Sword, The Rise of Chaos, and Kool-Aid, I think when it peaks, it's still not up to snuff, even with some of the weaker material off of the past 3 albums, in my opinion. This album to me just lacks a little bit of a spark, and actually it seems a little bit uninspired at times. And I point to some of the choruses in the middle of the album, especially, like No Regrets, Analog Man, What's Done is Done. These choruses, they're fine, but they feel super repetitive, and also it gets to, like, the guitar work, too, and some of the guitar riffs are spot on. I'm not going to lie. I love the main riff during the verses of What's Done is Done. I think Kool-Aid has some pretty cool riffs as well. Same with the opening riff to Die by the Sword. I really enjoy it, and it's like, okay, this is good. This is Accept as they are now, and I love it, and this is why I enjoyed these past 3 albums. But I feel even the riffs and some of the guitar rhythms and everything just feel a little bit similar from song to song, where I felt like with their other albums they just really kept a lot of variety going with all of them, with the riffs and especially with the choruses. I feel like most of the choruses are some of the highlights from all their albums and everything, and they just really were putting great riffs, sometimes very kind of heavy, and mixing them with just amazing, but yet it felt very fresh, sing-along like choruses and all that stuff. And Mark sounds great. I love his sound and his voice. It fits what Accept is now, and it kicks ass. And I think he does sound good on here. I just think it's just a little boring compared to the other stuff. And especially, I'd say after Kool-Aid, it's just kind of hit and miss of like, okay, this chorus is okay, but the main riff is good. And they just don't always just put it all together like I feel like they have the past 3 albums, especially Blood of the Nations, for sure. And that's probably my favorite one that they have, but Stalingrad and Blind Rage all have fucking killer tracks on them, It's not bad, but it's an album that it loses me a lot. And it just doesn't seem to have a lot of memorable moments on it that I will, that'll make me always come back to it compared to the other albums. It's definitely a weaker album for sure. And like I said, it has its moments. There are some riffs on here. There are a few songs that I do enjoy. But overall, it just starts to get a little bit boring. I think Analog Man's probably the worst song on here. I cannot fucking stand that chorus. I can't stand the lyrics with it. I that song, the first time it came on, you know, I was listening to this album the first time through, and I'm like, okay, the first 5 tracks aren't bad. I like Kool-Aid, The Rise of Chaos isn't bad, Die by the Sword's cool. And then it gets to Analog Man, and I'm just kind of like, oh, no. Like, no. This just is not, I'm just not feeling this at all. And this just comes across super fucking corny, and like, I don't know what I didn't know really what to write for this chorus. I don't know. That's just how it feels to me. And it sucks, you know. But, you know, hopefully they come back with their next album, kick a lot more ass like they've been. I just think it's a little bit of a misstep for the band, personally. Just my opinion, of course. Let me know what you think of The Rise of Chaos from Accept. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. The other albums, to me, they're like 8.5s and 9s, dude. I love those albums. This one is about 6.5 to a 7 to me. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. There's a review of The Dark Tower up if you want to go watch that. And we got a new ranking for a band, and we got a list for that band, too. It's going to be a special day for said band coming up. So, look forward to that. Thanks for watching. See you.